This is our $12 remote right here. Real simple. It's accessories on our accessories page. It can dim, strobe, fade, do a bunch of other things. Wherever you turn it off, whenever you turn it back on, it's going to be in that same spot. In other words, turning it off flashing, it's going to come right back on flashing. You're either going to receive a battery or the battery be inside this tray. Pull this little tab over, pull it out, battery goes inside. This is the remote control receiver. The way this works, you'll see on one end, it says LED, so I can get this to focus in here. One end says 5 to 24 volts, that's the input. The other end says LED, that goes to the light. This particular remote control can run 2 of our 8000 lumen series, the bigger ones, or it can run up to 5 of our smaller drain plug lights. The rubber plug type doesn't really matter, the token, the Loki, things like that, the smaller 1000 to 1200 lumen lights. The way this works, you can connect this directly to your battery. You'll want to fuse it depending upon how many lights you have. It depends on how large a fuse you're going to use, okay? So you can also just put a little inline switch to interrupt the circuit just in case somebody's going to accidentally hit the power button and turn the light on out of the water, which we don't want. So the LED in, it says LED, goes to the LED. In most cases, 12 volts is going to be, output is going to be straight to the red wire or the blue wire, depends on which, depends on which light you get. The black wire is going to go to the black wire on the light or the brown wire on the light, depends on which light you get. So if you have multiple lights, depending on which light, you just parallel from here, okay? Straight to the battery on this end. If you can use this one remote if you hook up a relay to 3, 4, 5, 35 different lights, okay? But what happens is once you use a relay, first of all, you're going to want to use the relay on the ground side because the way the remotes work is 12 volts passes through straight to the light. When it does anything, it sends a ground. Strobes a ground. Anything like that fades into ground. But what happens when you hook up a relay, it's no longer going to, it may strobe, more likely it won't, but it's definitely not going to fade. You're going to lose that capability when you hook up a relay to run multiple 8000 lumen lights or more than 6 Typhons or anything like that. So the reason why is just the remote's just not powerful enough to run all our lights. You ask yourself, why don't we get one that runs all the lights? Well, there's no such thing. Okay, so our lights are too powerful for just about any 12 volt remote that exists. So you're gonna have to use a relay, just like you would use on anything, you know, driving lights, things like that. If you have to, you don't necessarily have to. Okay, go off of what I just said. You know, you can run 2 lights if you run 3 Vegas. You can run 2 Vegas if you run 3 Dagons, Trans, any of the 8000 lumen series lights. You have to use a relay if you use more than 2. That's pretty much it. Biggest problem everybody has. They call up, my light doesn't work, stays on all the time. It's because you got this backwards. LED goes to the LED.